Statistics from Cybersecurity Ventures predicted there will be a ransomware attack on businesses every 14 seconds at the end of 2019 and every 11 seconds by 2021. This does not include attacks on individuals, which occurs even more frequently than businesses. Same source also forecasts cybercrime will cost the world $6 trillion annually by 2021, growing by 15% per year over the next 5 years. By 2025, the figure is expected to reach 10.5 trillion US dollars, up from 3 trillion US dollars in 2015. The latest prediction is that global ransomware damage costs will reach $20 billion in 2021, which is 57 times more than it was in 2015. This makes ransomware the fastest growing type of cybercrime. Cybercrime is the greatest threat to every company in the world and one of the biggest problems with mankind. In 2020, there was a need for an ecosystem of remote work to avoid the COVID-19 pandemic, causing an increase in cyber attacks and breaches. Some governments, organizations, companies, and even individuals were not prepared for the digital makeover, so most paid a heavy price for such attacks. As the global cyber surface expanded, hackers took advantage of the gaps in new remote work environments. They stepped up their game and expanded their attack surface to unsuspecting and unprepared environments. Now that working from home has become commonplace, governments, organizations, and individuals need to secure their access and step up security tools to prevent a hack on their networks, because no matter how advanced their defenses are, hackers are continuously devising new methods to get more sophisticated as they gain access to confidential data.
Joshua, glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
What does cybersecurity mean to you?
All right, so as we all know, the world is already in a digital form, is in a digital age, and so we need the cybersecurity to protect these digital assets, the infrastructures, the technologies, the processes, and the people that are using this technology. So cybersecurity is more than that, but at least it encompasses these three things I've mentioned.
Okay, so give us an example of digital assets that need to be protected.
Now, take for example the bank. The bank uses technology to run everything whatsoever we're doing, maybe making transactions or deposit. And so think about it that whenever you put your money in the bank, you have your whole sweat, you put it in the bank. And so the criminals are actually after the value that is in the bank. And so they can actually put in their efforts to ensure that this money that is in the bank are actually taken away. So cybersecurity is about protecting what you have in the bank. Organizations run most of their information whatsoever they're running via technology. Their information are stored digitally. So if such information is not really protected, it can be attacked or used whatsoever method they want to use to do it. Ransomware is also there. The attackers can actually send a ransomware to the bank or whatsoever organization, and then getting your files back or whatsoever will be very difficult for you unless you pay a ransom. And if you don't have that ransom to pay, you will be really dealt with. So cybersecurity is all about the proactive measures that have been implemented to avoid all these kind of circumstances. You understand?
Speaking about ransomware, recently there was a major ransomware attack on the US gas pipeline. And that caused fuel scarcity. How worried should Nigerian businesses be about, such a possibility?
Awareness is one of the things that's really killing us in Nigeria, because how many organizations have actually read and understood the risk or the fortune it cost this US government to be able to put that the attack that was carried out. So we need to be aware of the things that are really happening, the value that are being placed in our data and information. We don't really value information. We don't value information in Nigeria, and that's why such things are still happening. So when we value information, when we value the PIIs we have, the informations of people, it will be very difficult for the attackers to gain, because you already have the idea of how costly our data are.
Joshua, would you classify yourself a cybersecurity expert or a hacker? What would you classify yourself as?
Actually, I'm a cybersecurity student, but a very passionate one. I'm also a cybersecurity expert per se, because we've been taught a lot in our school, the way attackers work, the way we need to the countermeasures we need to use and all of that.
So just I'd like to know, how easy is it to hack a phone or a computer? Now I know you have told me you're an ethical hacker, and I agree and I believe you, right? But I just want my viewers to know and understand that some things people expose themselves too much. So take it on, share with us.
All right, cool. It's as easy as opening a PDF file. It's as easy as opening a PDF file because hacking is a skill and it's very easy. And once there is what we call exploits, there's what we call payload. Payload can be embedded in pictures, payload can be embedded in MP3, payload can be embedded in Microsoft Word document and PDF, whatsoever file format at all. And immediately you open it on your phone. Maybe you have been sent an email or anything. And it can be an email, it can be an invoice, and it can be a letter of employment or anything. And once you open it, if proper measures are not put in place, immediately you open it via your phone or your PC or whatever means at all, it will give the other person, that is the hacker or the attacker, an access to your device. You understand? So there's what we call meta session. It will open and everything. The person can snap you, the person can record your voice, the person can take your video, the person can check your call logs, your messages, and all of that. You need to be careful of whatever you're opening, the PDF files and whatever you're opening.
And guess what, Joshua? I always have my camera cover. It's always activated.
Actually, I also have one here. Because you don't know when and where it will happen. So you need to be at alert.
And I also hear that there is also the mic cover where you also block the microphone so that your voice is
not exactly will not be late. Yeah.
Okay, interesting one. Let's go to social media, right? A lot of people today, their lives are on social media, right? What's your take on that?
I mean, social media is where the main information gathering starts from. We have stages of ethical hacking or hacking, whichever, and there's what we call information gathering and reconnaissance. And the information that are publicly available is where we start from. You understand? So if you post that you are having your birthdays on 17th, and as an arm robber or whichever I am, I can say, okay, on 17th, this is where she's going to. She's traveling to this place on 18 or whichever. You understand? So this our friend will be there, or maybe even your friend, because cybersecurity really is everybody's concern, and it's just like an hygiene. Once you don't take care of your cybersecurity, your cyber hygiene, you might affect other people. So if your friend posts that you are having a birthday party at the poolside in so hotel, and then of course they will know that you will be there definitely. And you post it, the attacker gets information, it starts gathering information. You understand? So it's as easy as that. You snap picture and your ATM card is showing a bit. I mean, nothing is really secure 100%. We don't have 100% security yet. So posting on social media should really be limited. Don't post anything sensitive. If you're not adding value to people on social media, your post should not go out.
Joshua, what university are you, what level are you now?
I'm in the Federal University of Technology, MENA, studying cybersecurity science. I am actually in my final years, 500 level.
Interesting. We wish you all the best. I know on a future edition of the show, I will want you to do a demo of how a phone can be penetrated. Hope you'll do that.
Sure, definitely. I'll be glad to do that.
All right, Joshua, it's been a pleasure chatting with you today. I wish you all the very best and keep building. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
Joshua Moses is the founder of Diary of Hackers. I love the fact that this young chap is already making some good impact in the cyberspace out of university. As you've heard from him, we all need to be security conscious. And this idea of sharing your entire life on social media may not always be a wise decision. Remember, the need to be security conscious, whether online or physically, is first and foremost your responsibility. So stay vigilant at all times. It's a wrap on this edition of the show. But the conversation continues online. Join us on social media. Remember, you can watch the entire show on Channels TV YouTube
or by checking out cfablog.ng. For Tech Trends, I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.